I want you to take a minute and think back to last school year and some of the most common questions that your students may ask you. We get a lot of questions, and I remember when I was teaching, we get the same questions over and over again. I wasn't here yesterday. What did I miss? I lost my copy of X. Where can I get a new one? I don't understand the directions to last night's homework. Am I supposed to do the odds or the evens tomorrow for the homework? Things like that. Google Classroom can significantly help you answer each of these questions. The goal is to think through and anticipate some of the most common questions that students are going to ask and then have prepared answers ready in Google Classroom. My goal as a teacher is to be able to respond to all of those questions with the response, have you checked Google Classroom? There are 3 things that I would encourage each of you to post to the About section of your classroom. That's what I'm going to show you here in this video. The first is your syllabus. The syllabus should contain all of your class rules, policies, procedures for things like late work, makeup work, extra credit assignments, hall passes, what it means to be prepared for class, things like that. The second thing I would encourage you to post is a list of class resources. So a link to your grade book, your textbook website if you have one, any templates that you use in your classroom on a regular basis, things like that. So one page with all of those resources. The third thing is really especially helpful for middle school, and that is a list of free time activities. When you begin using Google Classroom and technology to teach, what is naturally going to happen is you're going to begin differentiating your instruction, and students are not going to all finish at the same time. You need a little safety valve to allow students to do something if they finish early or don't have enough time to begin the next step in their assignment. If you don't provide them with some choices, they will pick something on their own, which you may not be excited about. So to give you a jump start, I've got templates for each of those 3 things. I'm going to show you where to post them and how to structure these documents. So let's go into Google Classroom. All right, let's go ahead and post some evergreen content into our course. This is going to be, these are resources that will be used by students throughout the school year. Now, before we begin, I'm going to tell you right now that the new updated version of Google Classroom has removed a couple of features that I did rely on pretty heavily to do this. I'm not 100% satisfied with the solution that I'm presenting to you today, but at the moment, I think it's the best we have. I'm hoping that Google will make some updates and changes to make this a little bit easier. So we're going to be posting 3 resources: syllabus, course resources, and free time activities into our class. I recommend that you go ahead and click on the gear icon up in the top right corner. Okay, we're going to click there, and that's going to take us into the kind of the About page, the settings for our classroom. So I'm going to go in there, and then this top section that you see here, you're able to type a little summary about your class, kind of what is your class for, what's the purpose, rules, expectations, whatever you want. I would keep it pretty simple. I just took the kind of introduction to my syllabus and copy and pasted it in there. That's not the full syllabus. So you're just going to click the pencil over in the right corner there, and that will allow you then to begin editing the text here. Now, through some experimentation, trial and error, I learned that if you paste a hyperlink into this section, it will become clickable. Now, on the old About page, you could actually add a resource, a little more formal. You could add attachments and things. Here, you have to add an actual web link. So I'm posting 3 different things. The first is my syllabus, and this is what my syllabus looks like. This is the one that I use. So this has a lot more detail about expectations, deadlines, different assignments, homework, late work, missing work, things like that. So here are all the details of the course, and then I'm using a Chrome extension. I'll give you the link to it, but it's just a URL shortener extension right here that takes that long link and makes it much shorter and clickable. So I just took that, and then I'm going to paste it right into my copy and paste right into the About section. Same thing. Next up, I want to show you my course resource page. I will give you this template as well. So you're going to have to modify this. If your textbook has an online component, give the access information there. If you have an online gradebook, how do students sign in? If you're using research databases or Turnitin or EasyBib or whatever the things that you need students to access regularly, fill this document out with them. Now, the reason that I'm using this document rather than just copy and pasting this link into the About page is I teach at the high school level. And so I might end up teaching 3 or 4 sections of the same class. I don't want to have to manually create this whole information block right here. That's going to be way too much work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write it into one page, one of my classes, and then there's no way to automatically copy and paste, but I'm just going to do it manually. I'm literally just going to come in here, click, Control A, Control C, go to my other section, paste it in. The double bonus for that is if later on I need to make adjustments to the syllabus, I want to add another resource to my resource page. Because this is a Google document, anytime I update the document, wherever the link to it is posted, it will get updated as well. So once I post all that information to my About page, I never have to touch it again for the remainder of the school year. I just go to the individual documents and add, remove things as needed. So it makes it very, very simple. So we looked at the syllabus, we looked at the course resource page. Last thing, especially at the middle school level, I'd encourage you to post a list of free time activities. So if a student is done early, what are they allowed to do? I've given you a list here of things to start. These are fun yet educational games and websites that students will enjoy using. One good one that I would encourage you guys to all include is some type of typing practice. It's always a good idea for students to be practicing their typing skills if they have a few extra minutes. I have 2 versions of this, one that I created and one a friend of mine created. I'm going to share both of them with you. You can use whichever one you prefer. Now, the cool thing is that once this is all done, when we go to our course, I'll show you what it's going to look like for our students. I'm going to save all of this. It's, again, not perfect, but it's not too bad. So students are going to see something that looks like this. When they click on this About link over on the right side, they're going to be able to see this page right here. So that's what it's going to look like to your students. They're going to see their short introduction and then just be able to quickly click on those individual links. Keep it short. Don't post too many things there. You don't want this to get too long. You really want to focus and put most of your content in the links, not up there in the description. That's the best we have at the moment. If Google changes and adds some things, I reserve the right to modify my recommendation if new features come out.